Hello, folks. It is now Tuesday, the 22nd of October, and I just want to show you. After I do this video, I'm headed to the post office to mail these off. This is the response since yesterday to my sale. Thank you, folks. I even got an order from Canada. You know, even though the postage is more expensive, I'm pleased by the response to my sale. I'm going to keep it going for a limited time. You can own a copy of this really good album by me for $10 plus postage. I'm selling the yellow vinyl version. I've got a few. I've got even fewer of this on black vinyl, so that one is still at full price, $20. But I'm pleased at the response, and just like my records before, if you snooze too long, you lose. You know, eventually these won't be will sell out. So grab one, $10 plus postage, on sale now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for the response. It's a good record. It is, and it makes a good gift if you already have one. I always forget to say this, though, so let me say it. I also have 2 CDs out that are collaborations with the musician Brett Harold Hart. He put these out on his label. Collaborations, and they both feature collages of mine for the artwork. Ear Sculpture 1 and 2. I still have just a few of these available for sale. These are $10 a piece. I'll leave the link. I've got one of these left. One. And I've still got Life After X and The Door CDs for sale, and they're both good. Both good. Thank you again for the response. It's been very encouraging. Martin, if you see this, I'm going to not do a proper Discus music review yet because I'm absorbing this. Both of these. They're both good. But it's like I went to bed last night listening to the other one, the Anthropology Band. And it's like I've got to take more time with that. I listened to the second disc, and now I have to go back to the first disc, okay? Something came to my attention, and I was kind of surprised to see that this album has been reissued recently. The Blue Nile hats. Now, I didn't know that it was hard to get, actually. This is an original American pressing. I love the Blue Nile. This is my idea of mature music for adults. Songs are about relationships, but the music and the mood and the ambience of the band in general is just gorgeous. At times reminiscent of Peter Gabriel's music, the weight of his music. I've had this forever and pulled it yesterday after seeing that it's been reissued. I was surprised to see how much this goes for on Discogs. I thought it was common, actually. Really good album. This one is apparently even harder to get. Peace at Last. Great band, the Blue Nile. Really some fine, fine music. And I have a 12-inch single. I've got them on CD as well, but I have this 12-inch single of the Downtown Lights. Great song, great band, the Blue Nile. When I pulled those, this was stuck with them, so I'll show it too. It's part of what I still have of psychedelia. The Blues Magoos, Electric Comic Book. This is, besides their hit, is that one on here? It's on the other one. This is actually a pretty decent album, but they have that hit, We Ain't Got Nothing Yet. I have that album as well. But this one's pretty good too. Blues Magoos. Thought I'd show it right quick. Played some music yesterday, and Garrett, you came to mind because I understand that you like what they call new age music. I like it too. I just don't like that term. But this is an album by a group called Doa, and they actually did advertise themselves music from the new age on the Philo label. Now this is really good. Now I like new age music. I like positive music, but I don't like music that sounds like it's been scrubbed clean, sanitized to the point that it has no life in it. This reflects life, joy, real feelings, not unlike the band Oregon. This was a good listen yesterday. Doa. This is some good new age music. Excuse me. I showed you that I just got this recently. Played this again yesterday. Camberwell Now with Charles Hayward. Really good. Really good. When people bring up stuff, they ask me again, and it happened with yesterday's video. People ask me, "Oh, well, what about?" And they say, "I've already covered them." Hubert Laws, yeah, sure. I've talked about that crying song. I've shown it. Sure have. Someone mentioned a Japanese soundtrack composer who I did not know. Checked it out, like it. Not as much as Sakamoto, but it's nice. But again, I'm happy to say that, I do devour music, and quite a bit of what's out there I've checked out. I have. I need to get to the post office. I know you guys want to haven't played anything. Okay, so I'll do a pull. I was just thinking, well, I can't pull from the A's and B's because they're in the other room. That's why I brought in the Blue Nile. But just right here, this is, well, actually I wanted to do this too. Because I showed some Burns, and I showed the two Samurais, and then it came up that one of them was related to this band, Green Slade. I just have these. Dave Greenslade, keyboardist who was in the band Coliseum, then started his own progressive rock band. Wonderful Roger Dean album cover. This is their first album, Greenslade. Like that. Another Roger Dean. Bedsit Manners Are Extra. This of their albums, this one I like the least. I like the cover, but the album is just kind of so-so. The thing I like the least about the band is the vocals, and some people really like his voice. I don't like his voice. I like the music. Time and Tide, good album. Doldrums is my favorite on here. The song Doldrums. It's good stuff. And then Spyglass Guest. Dave Greenslade's done some solo stuff. I have the Pentateuch, but I don't have the Cactus Choir. But I thought I'd show my Greenslade right quick. And I'm thinking, where have I not pulled from? I haven't. Right here. I have and I haven't. So, what do we get here? I'll just pull one. See? I just showed Caetano Veloso. Here's another one of his albums. It's a reissue, though, on Lilith Records. Get to know Caetano Veloso. That's all I can say. Get to know the man. Get to know his work. Okay. Down over here. I'll just pull one. What did I get? This is Vladislav Sendecki, Men from Wilnow. And I'm thinking this is a jazz musician. This is recorded in Switzerland. It's on the Antilles label, subsidiary of Island Records. So when I see the Antilles label used, I'll buy them. This again was a label that was trying to be diverse. Some good things came out of it. Don't remember what this sounds like. We'll have to play it. I'm thinking it's a piano-led jazz group. Again, the pulls are valuable. makes me pull up records that I haven't played in a while. Right here, right here, right here. Have we seen this before? What is this? Well, this was sent to me by, I forget your name. You're probably watching. This was sent to me, I think, this year. It's John McLaughlin and the Fourth Dimension with Jimmy Herring and the Invisible Whip, live in San Francisco. I forget your name. I think your name is Michael. But he was at the show. He's in the audience of this, and he sent me a copy of this. Really excellent performance. I love John McLaughlin. Jimmy Herring does a good job too. I think he was in Widespread Panic. And then, it's my McLaughlin section, Below Horizonte. Can't fade John McLaughlin as far as I'm concerned. I love him. I love his music. I love his headspace. He's a good man. He's a good guy. I'll take a moment to just relate to you folks as humans. And just, I do think it's important for us to consciously think about how we're treating one another in these times. I've been reading. I like to read besides listen to music, and I've gone back to rereading some of my old books regarding the Tao Te Ching, and other old philosophical books, and they all say the same thing, which is, the landscape is affected and shaped by those who are considered the leaders and in charge, or those who have power. And it's universally stated that when leaders are not acting accordingly to good values and are not acting in the benefit of people in their charge, everything goes to hell. And I'm saying the only reason why you won't admit that that's where we're at in the world is because you're personally benefiting from it, or you're blind, or you just refuse to see it. But we're living in a time where leadership does everything but lead. Everything is for the self-interest. People who are working together don't work together. They're sniping at each other. And the effect on everyone is negative. So I think it's important as an individual in this mess with the rest of y'all to put out that message that whatever I'm going through, if I come across you, if I meet you, and if I see you, I'm going to treat you kindly. I'm going to do my best to be respectful of you, loving, because we're in this mess together. And it's unfortunate that we have such small-minded, selfish people in positions of power who do not recognize their responsibility, and they're just fucking it up. So I'm about to go to the post office, into the store, and be nice to everyone that I see, and try to spread a little bit of positive energy wherever I go with whoever I encounter. It's the least that I can do. It's the least that any of us can do. I'll leave it there today. Please take advantage. $10 plus postage. Grab it. It's I'm really happy with the response. Thank you, people. I'll keep going with my videos as I feel. We get one of these. I mean, this is what's the other thing I wanted to say? It's like, all these brand new records and record store day specials where you have to spend $30, $40, $50 for one record. They could still sell these records much lower and make a profit. Me selling these at $10 a piece, even if I sold all of them at $10 a piece, I would still, would I have covered my costs? Yeah. Records don't have to be so expensive. It's just a shame what the bottom line is. The bottom line is just way whack. It's whack. You know, don't we count? Doesn't humanity count anymore?